My student, thank you again and feel welcome. I just want us today to go through solving the quadratic equation, but for this case, I want us to maybe use a calculator. And for sure, do you know at a point we can actually be able to use this particular calculator known as the Casio fx82ms to solve quadratic equation. Now, today I want to provide some short, quick procedures on how to use a calculator to solve what we call the quadratic equation. In other words, how to use a calculator to find the roots of a quadratic equation. Now, on a quick one, I want us to do this. There's a question of this type which I want us to consider. We can consider the equation which is x squared then plus 6x plus 9 equals to 0. Now, naturally, this question can be easily solved by the procedure called the factorization approach. And by so doing, we can actually factorize this one by talking of the product being 9 and the sum being 6. The factors are actually 3 and 3. And therefore, if we can proceed, we can have this one as x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9 equals to 0. Once you have that, you can actually group it this way, where we have a common factor x into 3, then a common factor 3 into x plus 3 equals to 0. Now, once you are at that point, you can realize that x plus 3, which is out these two, then one of the bracket x plus 3 equals to 0. From this particular equation, you can realize that x equals to negative 3 or x equals to negative 3. This particular type of equation, we refer to it as a perfect square, where it has repeated roots. Now, we can actually solve this particular equation using a calculator. On a quick note, I want you to consider this. I have a calculator which is fx82ms, and I want us to apply this particular calculator to solve this particular equation. So the first thing you do is to put on your calculator. Once you are there, then we are going to insert that particular equation. And for first of all, we can clear the mode so that we know this calculator is actually good to go. Once you are there, you can go to the mode, then choose 3, which goes to regression, and then there's an arrow at the top. You can proceed this arrow at the top where you can press this other key to continue, and then you can see option 3, which is saying quad. Then we can choose option 3. Once you have done that, our calculator is ready to be used to solve that particular quadratic equation. Now what we do next is to insert the quadratic equation. I'm going to do this, that the particular quadratic equation which we have is x squared plus 6x plus 9 equals to 0. Now, to make it easier, I'm going to substitute this. Where there's x, I'll put c, so that my quadratic equation can be c squared plus 6c plus 9 equals to 0. So this is the particular equation that I'm going to insert into my calculator for easy insertion. So I'm going to press alpha, then I'll choose letter C, then I'll put a comma that way. Then again, I'll press alpha, letter C, but for this case is squared, you can see. Then plus 6, and then alpha to get the C, and then plus 9. Once you are at that point, press the key M plus 4 times. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. At that particular point, now we can say your calculator is now ready to get the roots. Now to get the roots, you now go to Shift, then you choose key 2 so that I can use the second function up to there. Then I'll go forward until I get where it is written x1 and x2. Then I'll choose the first root, which then I can press this to bring the cursor to where it is written a, and then I'll put 0. Once I've placed 0, I'll equate it. So you can see from there, the first root now becomes to negative 3. Or To get the second root, you follow the last procedure where you shift, you go to 2, and then you proceed until you get x2. Now I choose 2. Once I've 2, then I go back, then I make it 0, then I equate it. Again, I'm getting x being -3. And clearly, the roots that I'm getting from the calculators are exactly the root I got from the direct factorization approach. And that's how simple it is to solve quadratic equation using a calculator. You can follow me for more videos. Remember to subscribe for notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you and be blessed.